Hello everyone. Today we will explore one of the most catastrophic events in human history, the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. First, let's understand the basics. A nuclear reaction, specifically nuclear fission, is the process in which the nucleus of a heavy atom like uranium-235 splits into smaller nuclei after absorbing a neutron. This releases enormous amounts of energy, heat, and neutrons, creating a chain reaction that powers nuclear reactors. A nuclear disaster occurs when something goes terribly wrong in this controlled process, leading to the uncontrolled release of deadly radioactive material into the environment. The Chernobyl disaster happened on 26 April 1986 at reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, located near the city of Pripyat in northern part of Soviet Union. During a poorly planned safety test, the reactor exploded, blowing off its massive concrete lid and starting a graphite fire. This released huge amounts of radioactive particles into the atmosphere. The explosion and fire immediately affected the plant itself and the nearby city of Pripyat. Radioactive fallout later spread across large parts of Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, and even parts of Europe. Now, let's talk about what caused the Chernobyl disaster. The accident on 26 April 1986 at Reactor 4 resulted from a flawed RBMK-1000 reactor design combined with serious operator errors and a lack of safety culture in the Soviet system. The RBMK reactor had a dangerous design flaw. It had a positive void coefficient. This means that when water in the core turned to steam, the nuclear reaction actually sped up rather than slowing down. The opposite of what happens in modern reactors. On that night, operators were running a safety test to see if the turbines could power the cooling pumps during a power loss. They violated multiple safety rules. They reduced the power too low, removed too many control rods, and disabled several automatic safety systems. At low power, xenon poisoning built up, making the reactor unstable. When they tried to increase power, it surged dramatically. At 1:23 a.m., they pressed the emergency shutdown button AZ5 to end the test. But the control rods had a design flaw. Their tips actually increased reactivity for a few seconds when inserted. This caused a massive power spike, up to 100 times normal in a fraction of a second. What happened next was catastrophic. Because of the RBMK reactor's flawed control rod design, the graphite tips initially increased reactivity instead of stopping it. Within seconds, power surged to over 100 times the normal level. The fuel rods shattered, and the superheated fuel reacted violently with cooling water, producing a massive steam explosion that lifted the 1,000-ton reactor cover plate. 2 to 3 seconds later, a second explosion, likely from hydrogen generated by hot zirconium reacting with steam, blew out fuel fragments and burning graphite. Following the explosions, the immediate consequences were devastating. 2 plant workers died instantly from the blast. In the first 4 months, 28 more workers died from acute radiation sickness, and another 106 suffered from it. Firefighters and emergency crews rushed in without knowing the extreme radiation levels. The Soviet government quickly evacuated around 115,000 people from the most contaminated areas in 1986, followed by another 220,000 later, creating a 30-kilometer exclusion zone around the plant. A temporary concrete sarcophagus was built to cover the damaged reactor and limit further releases. There are also long-term effects. Among children and adolescents who drank milk contaminated with radioactive iodine, about 6,000 thyroid cancer cases were detected. Environmentally, large areas of Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia remain contaminated. The 30-kilometer exclusion zone has become a surprising wildlife sanctuary with thriving biodiversity. The new safe confinement structure replaced the original sarcophagus in 2016. designed to last at least 100 years. In conclusion, the Chernobyl disaster of 1986 remains the world's worst nuclear accident, claiming lives and leaving a scarred landscape. Yet, its most powerful lesson is this: one preventable mistake changed the course of nuclear safety forever. Today, nuclear energy can be one of the safest and cleanest sources of power, but only if we never forget the lessons of Chernobyl. Let us remember, safety is not optional, it is the foundation of our future. Thank you.